120 yards.
Yeah. So in terms of setup, and this is why I say what looks to you miles forward compared to where you were, and your hands there are basically on your right leg, your back leg, and that ball is very much back in the stance. It looks as though you're trying to pick a low punch shot there, which I think when you had the ball flight too high is understandable. Yeah. The problem is if you're not trying to hit a punch shot, and really if you hit a punch shot, the hands would be there anyway. You're now going to end up leaning back here, dropping that shoulder under. And as we said,
I don't want that wrist like that.
Well, no, exactly, yeah.
Because my wrist now.
Exactly. Well, you've got a much more straight line there. That's what I look for, like a lowercase y sort of setup. Yeah. So your lead arm and the club shaft a bit more in line, because impact is basically the important thing. And if you're pulling it and the ball is starting left and drawing, I think you always felt that your right shoulder was over the top. You're kind of doing it this way. What it generally was the club turning more and you hanging back on it too much. So we look at the impact position on here now as you come into it. Okay, still a pretty good turn there, but because that ball's back in the stance, there's ball just about blurring now. I mean, your edge of your hands are kind of
almost all hands and arms.
Oh yeah, it's just your back here, you're flipping it, yeah? And it's so hard. I mean, you try and control that club, you'd have to have the strongest wrists, like, I mean, really going to be tough. Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. Really going to be tough to control that position impact with any kind of consistency. You'll do it 6-7 times out of 10, but the 2 or 3 times you don't do it, it's going to be a massive hook, or maybe one of the old unmentionables if we're not careful. So having that hands, what is it you said, feels miles forward. In reality, when you turn back here now, there's impact. There's the ball blurring. Look at your position there. Nice, very good, mate. I mean, just compare those 2 impact positions there. I mean, it's chalk and cheese where you blur, isn't it?
And I haven't even hit the ball.
Well, the ball's just exactly, yeah. But you've increased the efficiency because how well you've hit it. Yeah. The only little thing now on this one, just to be aware of, if you look at your left knee, wrong one, sorry. If you look at your left knee when you spin round here, it's not bad there. I mean, I would say that's okay. If it starts getting a little bit popped out here, or you're certainly, well, 2 things. If you're losing balance, or it's a bit of a strain on that left knee, hip or ankle, you've slid too much, yeah?
Well, you feel a strain on your...
I mean, a marginal amount, but it doesn't want to be in a position where you're like, oh, this hurts, yeah? And I think if you're hitting the ball as you were then, you're doing this, can you stay in the position when you follow through for a length of time where it's comfortable? If you feel you've got to try and recoil back because you're like, then you're going to, exactly, yeah. If you go, whoop,
I hit the ball and then I bring it back.
Exactly, yeah.
But, so I'm really just turning
the ball. Yeah. So when you turn here, you see the little green line there just left of your, or right of your left hip there. Yeah. As you move, there's your bump. Yeah, see how your left hip moves towards your left foot there? All right, that's all you need, yeah. Once you're there now and you've moved to the left side, now you just rotate and post up around the corner and you finish on that left side.
And I'm not actually turning through it, am I?
Well, you're not doing, I wouldn't say you're doing too bad, you feel like. Considering how far the thing is, by putting the ball further forward for you and the feeling of turning more is going to fit the ball's going to go over there somewhere.
But this is that's the extension of it. When you...
Exactly, yeah. And the thing is, your arms are able to extend when you're this way, yeah? If you're back here with this shoulder dropped under, now try to extend your arms. I mean, it's like you've got nowhere to go, yeah?
So just forget the shoulders.
Yeah, I think what you felt was always a pull hook was with your shoulders, actually with the club face, caused more... Exactly, yeah. And then the only way you could hit the ball straight was my hands do this. Well, yes, that's not what you're actually doing, but the feeling is that how are you going to take that to the golf course? Yeah, you come on a par 3 or a second shot into a par 4 and you've got out of bounds right. Are you going to want to stand there and go, okay, to hit the green, I've got to feel that golf club's aiming towards the... Nah, you're going to get there and be like, oh God, and you snap hook it, yeah? If we can get the golf club and the body working this way so it feels as though you're hitting the ball where you want to go rather than away from where you don't want to go.
Yeah.
If you're there with the moment of truth when you've got to hit a shot into a green, if you feel as though it's going to go like 60 yards right, your brain doesn't want to do it. You're just going, nah. And you do something with your hands. And you might flick it and time it sometimes quite well, but the times you don't, it's going to be a disaster.
So all I'm really wanting to practice this is just turn.
Yeah, just get into that sort of... I say your first half dozen shots when you practice will be that kind of small posted up swing where you turn today. So yeah, you just turn your body through to that position, like it's just when you're handing...
Yeah, because I feel that that's going to be a low finish, but it's still quite a high finish.
Your arms are going to go up there, exactly, yeah. Your arms just find a way to go up there, so... Okay, mate, makes sense. Good, man.